Hi, Miss Payne's class. Last week when we left off on Out of My Mind, they had just done the first round of their competition, and they did really, really good. So let's keep going here. Melody, you were amazing out there. I am so proud of our team and extremely proud of you. Thanks, I tap. What's next? We wait for the next teams to compete. Then we'll meet and beat the other high-scoring team and pack our bags for Washington. Don't pack yet, I type with a grin on my face. I've been packed for 10 years, he tells me. I've just been waiting for the right team. This is our year. I just know it. He wanders off to talk to the other parents. I never thought about what teachers dream about. I had no idea what a big deal this was for him. Rose comes over and squats down next to Penny. I like your hat, she tells Penny, who is holding Doodle closely and wearing a blue polka-dotted hat with a red feather. Woozy, Penny says gleefully. How's my favorite baby girl? Rose says in her whispery voice. Woozy, Penny repeats. You did really good, Melody, Rose says to me. You too, I type. You think we have a chance for the finals? Yep. And Washington? Yep. And being on Good Morning America? Oh yeah. Claire stays on the other side of the room with her parents, but Connor ambles over and stands next to Rose. You're okay, Melody, he says. You beat me on a couple of those. You rock in math, I tell him. I know, he replies with a grin, but I still can't spell. I hope they don't have any spelling questions in the finals. I gotta go to the bathroom, Rose says suddenly. I am so nervous about the finals. She hurries out. I know what she means. Butterflies, moths, giant bumblebees flutter around inside of me. When we were on camera, it felt like it took a million years to complete our round, but in just a few minutes, the second set of contestants come back to the waiting room. The school with the little crowns won round 2 with 79 points. Then, another half hour later, Edison Elementary clinches the third round with a score of 80. Finally, a school called Perry Valley wins the fourth round with 82 points, just 1 point more than us. I watched them, Mrs. V tells me when they troop back into the room, excited and victorious. They're really good. Should we worry? I ask. Of course not. Our team is the best because they have a secret weapon. You. Suddenly, there's a rush of activity in the room as stagehands come in to get us. Perry Valley and Spalding Street, we need you back on camera for the finals. You are our 2 top scoring schools. Congratulations. We hurry back into our places. The lights seem brighter this time. Mr. Kingsley returns to his position, gets his microphone adjusted by the stage crew, and shouts, Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round of our regional Whiz Quiz competition. The winners of this round will represent us all in Washington, D.C. in just 2 weeks. All members of the winning team, along with their chaperones, will receive an all-expenses-paid trip to our nation's capital, 3 nights in a hotel, and tours of the city. Trophy! Trophy! Someone yells. Oh, the famous Whiz Kids Championship Award. The winning team in Washington gets to take home that huge golden trophy. They receive a guest appearance on Good Morning America, and their school will receive a check for $2,000 to be used for academic endeavors. Lots of whoops at that one. Let us begin. Teams, are you ready? Ready, they all reply. I am ready too. OMG, what a night. I still can't believe how everything turned out once the championship round began. That's what Mr. Kingsley explained. The questions this time will be a bit more difficult. Scoring, however, will be the same. The team with the best score out of 100 possible points will be our champion. He picked up the cards that contained the quiz questions and smiled. Here is a question number 1. What is diplopia? A, double vision. B, left-handedness. C, a disease of the gums. D, a form of cancer. Oh boy, he wasn't kidding. This was going to be a killer round. I was sure the answer was A, though. Kind of. The answer was revealed. Double vision was correct. Whew! Rose and Connor and I got it right. Claire missed it. Everyone on the Perry Valley team answered it correctly. The score was 3-4. Number 2, Mr. Kingsley said. Who is the composer of Rhapsody in Blue? A, Mozart. B, Gershwin. C, Copland. D, Beethoven. Bing, 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 bing. Thanks to my parents and Mrs. V, that was a little easier. I pushed the button for B. One person on the Perry Valley team got it wrong, and Claire messed up as well. That made the score 6-7 with Perry Valley ahead. Everybody could feel the tension. The next 20 questions covered things like lions in the jungle, gravity in space, authors of famous books, and math. Some of those I even got right. Bing, 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 bing. Even though Connor aced a hard spelling problem and Claire came through on a difficult history question, Perry Valley kept staying 1 or 2 points ahead of us. It was getting near the end of the round. Perry Valley had surged ahead on a math question and was up by 3 points. It looked pretty grim for us, with a score of 78 to 81. I glanced at Connor, sweat dripped from his nose. Then Mr. Kingsley asked, "The condition in which a person may be able to hear colors or visualize flavors when music is played is called A, synthesis, B, symbiosis, C, synesthesia, or D, symbolism." I grinned and punched in C. Not only was it one of Mrs. V's vocabulary words, it was me. I breathed a sigh of relief when I realized that Connor and Claire and Rose had all chosen the right answer. When the results were tallied, only one of the Perry Valley kids had gotten it right. The score stood at 82 to 82. It was time for the very last question. This one would determine the group that would go to Washington. I glanced at Rose and the others. I think we all gulped at the same time. "Our last question of the evening," Mr. Kingsley began, "is a mathematics problem." I groaned and sighed. There goes our trip to Washington. I may as well go back to room H5 and hide there for the next 1,000 years. "Number 25, Mr. Kingsley said slowly. "Lisa gets up every morning and gets ready for school. She takes 22 minutes to get dressed, 18 minutes to eat breakfast, and 10 minutes to walk to school. What time should Lisa get up so she can arrive at school at 7:25? A, 6:15, B, 6:20, C, 6:25, or D, 6:35? I need to add, then subtract. How do I subtract time? I need to see a clock. I'm getting all mixed up. Time is running out. I can't mess up now. It could have been C, but it might have been D. I thought a moment more, then I pushed D, feeling like I was going to throw up. The answers lit up on the screen. Everybody on our team had answered D. Either we were all correct or we're all really terrible at figuring out time problems. 3 students on the Perry Valley team had answered D. 1 of them had answered C. Well, it looks like we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely pleased to announce that the team that will represent us in Washington, D.C. this year, the team we hope to see on Good Morning America, with a score of 86 to 85 is, he paused for effect, Spalding Street Elementary School. I couldn't help it. I squealed. I kicked. My arms jerked crazily. I tried really hard to control it, but I just couldn't help it. My body went a little wacko on me. "Shut her up," I heard Claire hiss. "Shh," Rose whispered through the clenched teeth. "Thank you for watching our telecast," Mr. Kingsley said, throwing a quick glance at me. "Please join us in 2 weeks when we televise the finals from Washington. This is Charles Kingsley, and good night." He signaled that he was finished, and the cameras blinked to dark and the lights blessedly clicked off. Alrighty guys, we'll stop there. We will continue next week. Have a good week.